Hi, my name is Nancy Garcia with Expert Boxing, and today I'm going to go over amateur fight strategies and, things to do when you're in there and how to win a fight. So I have had several fights throughout my career. I started when I was 7 years old. I've been in different martial arts, taekwondo, kickboxing, Muay Thai, straight up boxing. And there's a typical formula that I like to use. I go for 8 counts. If you strike your opponent in the head and their head swings back like this, the ref is gonna stop it. They're gonna pull that opponent to the corner and they're gonna put you on the white part of the ring and you're gonna wait. So they're gonna give their opponent 8 seconds to recover. And at that moment, you focus on your breathing, you work the corner, and usually what I like to do is I look at my opponent right in the eye, and I stare at them, and I act very confident. And basically, right after that I get 1 8 count, I'm gonna go for another one right off the bat. Now, if I realize that my opponent has lots of energy, and I fired them up, I'm not gonna go for that 8 count because they're ready to go. But if I look at them and I see that they're sluggish and they're tired or they're scared, hesitant, then I'm gonna go for another 8 count. In boxing, I've had 11 fights. Out of my 11 fights, I've had 8 stoppages, and I've kind of focused on that. So typically, as soon as the round begins, I'll stay very focused, I keep my range, and you gotta be first. All right, boxers will wait on something to happen, a reaction or the perfect opportunity to throw your shot, but that's never really, it can happen, but you're gonna wait. And if you're waiting, you're not gonna be first. So you gotta make those opportunities happen. You can do that with your footwork, lateral movement, angles. So typically, right when I get in the fight, I start moving lateral. And once I'm here, I'll see the small opening and then I'll start throwing my jabs. Okay, the more you throw, the more you're gonna land, the more openings you're gonna create. So you wanna be quick, sharp, keep the guard up, elbows tucked in, and just use your footwork. Your footwork will save you from so many things. You can act like you're gonna hit, but if they're first, just back out, just create a little bit of space. Make it to where when they throw, they can't hit you, and then you can turn, you can strike them, and just kind of stay busy.
Hey guys, it's Johnny. This video is not about me, but I also wanted to add to what she said about being busy. I think for a lot of fighters, especially myself, I'm like a faster fighter, and a lot of speed fighters or a lot of introverted or thinking fighters, they like to take time. They like to wait and sit out there and sit back. And I think it's a big mistake, especially in competition. If you're a fast fighter, you should jump on your opponent right from the beginning and just overwhelm them, right? Overwhelm them with their speed set, like, whoa. They feel your speed is all over the place. They're busy trying to react to you. And then that way, you can really take advantage of your speed that way. Because there are a lot of fast fighters that I see, they try to use their speed, maybe they're watching Floyd Mayweather or something. They try to use their speed by sitting back, waiting, let the fight come to them. But when you let the fight come to you, there's a very good chance, that's how slower fighters time you, they set you up, because you're giving them all day to think about it, right? And you're also giving their coach time to strategize how to get to you. So if you're the faster fighter, really, you should just jump on them. That's why I recommend just be first, overwhelm them, don't give them a chance to think, collect themselves, and figure you out.
All right, another tip is to be busy, all right? I like to also count the punches. So if they hit me once, I hit them twice. If they hit me 2 times, I hit them 3 or 4 times. I like to throw first and I like to throw last. There's gonna be a moment where y'all are both throwing at the same time, and a lot of times, depending on the angle of the judge, they might see a different side of the fight and see something differently. And what I like to do is I like to make sure that I'm the first one to throw. There's gonna be a lot of commotion, we're both hitting each other, you're gonna move, and then the last punch, you gotta get the last punch in there. And if you could keep that going, that's gonna keep you on the winning side of things. So yeah, strike first, strike last. Another one is stealing rounds. There's gonna be times where the fight is very close, all right? And what I like to do is I tell someone, a friend, my coach, someone that's gonna be on my side, that's gonna be watching the entire fight, and I tell them, hey, let me know when there's 30 seconds until the end of the fight. Because there's already gonna be a 10-second clapper. At the last 10 seconds in the fight, you're gonna hear a clap, 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 and that means you have 10 seconds to go all out. But I don't rely on that 10 seconds. I like to hear someone tell me, hey, 30 seconds. Once I hear those 30-second marks, I go for a setup. I'm here and I start picking up the pace, I start getting ready, and then I start setting them up, or I go for my 8 count, okay? And then once you hear that 10-second clapper, don't stop punching. Overwhelm your opponent. Stay very aggressive and go all out. You got 60 seconds to recover after that. And if you're conditioned, you did all your road work, you're gonna recover within those 60 seconds and you're gonna be ready to go for the next round. And the rounds are gonna be about 3-round fight. Another very important factor, especially at the last round, the 3rd round, when you're done, you gotta act like a champion. You gotta act positive and like you just won that fight, all right? One thing you don't wanna do is look exhausted. You don't wanna put your hands on the rope like this. You don't wanna look like you're falling over. What I like to do is I look at the judges. I'll look around and I'll smile at them, I'll bow to them, I'll look at my opponent for a little bit, and I act friendly, I bounce around, I'll get on my toes. Even though I feel like crap and I want to lay down on the ground and it's very hard to breathe, I do the best I can to control my breathing. I stay calm and I just act like a champion. All right, thanks for listening. Again, this is Nancy Garcia. You can follow me on Instagram at Nancy_Garcia.tx.